Hello and welcome to another how-to video. My name's Ditech, CTO at DVS, and thank you very much for subscribing and even commenting, sharing, all the stuff that you guys do. And thank you to our channel sponsor, Toshiba. If you don't know who Toshiba are, go check them out on their website. Enterprise grade storage at very affordable prices. The best of the best in our opinion, and that's why we chose to partner with Toshiba for our storage options that we put inside all our NVRs and DVRs. So, what are we going to look at today? So I'm bringing you something really exciting today. Something brand new from the absolutely wonderful Hikvision brand. It's in a very unassuming brown box. I have already had it out and had a little play with it. I'm super excited. Some of you may have already seen a little snapshot I did of this maybe 2 weeks ago now on LinkedIn, but we are super excited to bring this to the channel to give a much more deeper in-depth look at what this product is. So, I know it's a little bit far away, I'm sitting down because it's an unboxing video to start with, but we will get into the operation program inside of the device very shortly. Now, the device number is a DS, get a pen ready guys, DS-KD9633-WBE6. Yep, it's one of those crazy part codes, but yep, it doesn't mean too much other than the fact that it is the brand new, if you can see that and pause it in, it is the brand new outdoor weatherproof face recognition intercom call station. Yep, that's a big mouthful, but let's take a deeper look at what this product is, and then we'll give you a precise overlook of the programming. So inside the box, you have this lovely touchscreen tablet. So it's a very slim profile, so if you compare it to an iPhone, it's about the width of an iPhone 13 Pro. Very low profile. On the back it has a tamper switch. You can just about hear that. So there's a tamper switch on the back. You have a cover which you remove before installation. Remove this cover and you fit this pre-made wiring loom. It just fits into a little IDC connector. Re-secure the cover. On the cover it does tell you what the colours and what they represent, so if you do get stuck or you lose the stickers that are on the loom, that does tell you what the colours refer to, whether it's an input, output, power, network, whatever that may be. Okay, so first thing to note is it comes with this lovely dual camera, face recognition, fully touch screen. You can see it's super modern, very aesthetically pleasing, or certainly I believe so. Very modern and sleek, not out of place in any sort of installation that you'd expect nowadays from the current equipment. What would I say about this? So you've got two cameras on there, two microphones. When you power up, you'll see the interface. It's a very intuitive device to use for your customers, and that's the whole reason that they've designed and released this. So firstly, it's weatherproof. It has an IP67 rating, I believe. It also has a vandal-proof rating, so it makes it vandal-proof to a certain degree, of course. It can't be extremely high level, because whilst it may be like sort of toughened glass on there, the unit could still be destroyed, but it does have a vandal-proof rating on there. We'll get the specification sheet up later. When we web browse into the device, I'll also bring the spec sheet up so you can take a deeper look at what that actually looks like from a product perspective. But fully touchscreen unit, absolutely beautiful. We've got a power supply here, and we're going to power that up shortly. So pre-made loom. In the bottom then, you have the cage. So this is a flush mount cage. So this cage is designed to be flushed into a wall. It's got the legs on the side there. This then goes into it. I need a screwdriver to take this off. Okay, so I had to loosen a screw there. This is why I stopped the video. There's a screw there, retaining screw. Once I loosen that, it allows me to fit that cage. So effectively, that cage is your flush mount box. This then screws into it, and then obviously the wall or your surface then finishes up next to it. So the purpose of this unit is designed to flush mount it I guess in a brick wall masonry. It is really tight. You unscrew that or tighten it with that screw there, retaining like hex head bolt, which then secures it to this cage. All of your cabling is then made off in this aluminium style back box. We'll take that apart now, and then we will show you what else comes in the box. So it comes with a power supply, 12 volt 2 amp, so we'll use that to power it up. So it is a 12 volt supply, doesn't work from PoE currently. And then you also get some screws and then that little Allen bolt head that I described earlier, and that's it. So that's very simplistic what it comes like. It's a very nice unit. I say against an iPhone size there, you can see it's a very substantial size, very good looking unit. We're going to power it up, so I'll stop the video. I'm going to take this apart, we'll power it up, and then we'll give a deeper look at what this, how you program it, what it looks like, and then we'll web browse into it. So stay tuned a second. Okay, so we have actually factory defaulted this unit now ready. You can see it in front of us. For reference, that is an iPhone 13 Pro. So you can see it's a sizable unit. That beeping there is because when I lift it off, the tamper switch underneath, when I just disturbed it, the tamper switch underneath the product activated, therefore beeps, and then that would send a signal to your VMS, our software essentially. So a couple of things to point out. You can see the two infrared IR LEDs here, so they're useful when the light level drops. We give IR, which then allows us to operate the unit in low or no light at all. You have the two camera modules here. That's really important for anything facial recognition when you come to access control. The reason being this, two cameras determine, apologies, I just kicked the table. The two cameras help determine whether the face is live or not. So if I took a photo and put it onto this phone, for instance, and tried using our photo, because of the dual camera configuration, it would not allow us to access the property if my face is in there, because it knows it's not a live face. So it's a very critical function. So we got two microphones here for your two-way speech. When you are using it as an intercom, you need obviously the microphones, which are here, and you've also got here two speakers. Underneath the unit here, you have a USB-C terminal. You can put a USB-C device into it, which allows you to export, import faces, configuration, firmware, etc. So it's a nice little unit, and there's nothing on the sides other than that. And then you've got the retaining screw here, here is what locks it into that cage that we discussed earlier. You'll also see there are two holes here, two threaded holes. This allows, see this USB-C connector here, you can plug in and they secure into this screw here, and it connects into this USB-C, an external module, which I haven't got, but it is coming very shortly. So the module connects into here. It's about the size of this iPhone, so you can imagine that module connects into there, secures via these two screws, and connects to the device with this USB-C connection. What this actually allows you to do then is it gives you a keypad and a fingerprint reader, so you can turn the unit into an additional, so if you don't want facial recognition or you want more functions, you can put this additional unit in, which I will show you on the spec sheet, which gives you the fingerprint and keypad options. So you can do that also. That is an additional module. It doesn't come with the device by default, so it is something you need to purchase separately, and it is available via DVS. Okay, so we're going to activate the unit now, and we're going to use a very simple password just to activate it, to walk you through the device. Choose your language. Of course, we're going to use English. Set reserved email. This is for password resets. Nice and simple. Next. Select the network, wired or wireless. It has the option to do either. You can see wired or wireless. Most people would tend to use the wired. Sorry, I'm going to try and move this camera so you get a much better feel for this. So I'm going to go for wireless, just for purposes of demonstration, I'm going to connect it to my demo room and then put the password in here. I'm going to just do this off screen. That should start to connect to that network now. Again, the tamper. And you can see there a blue tick and it is connected, and we can go next. But you can choose wired or wireless. Ideally, you choose wired, it's much more stable. But again, the option is there depending on your application and deployment. Click next. Now we have the select template. So we have customized content, or we can put face recognition area. It really depends on which theme you want. Most people probably by default will use the face recognition area, so it shows the outline of the face, so it's very obvious that you need to put your face in that frame. But you can choose customized content, use theme 2, and you can click finish. You can see it puts a generic background on there, and we'll go through that in the web browser shortly. Obviously the time and date, the time and date are wrong, and we will set that into the configuration shortly. But you can see this is now the default home screen. So we have this default content, and it would normally show the face outline, so we know where to position your face, which is really important. But you've got a couple of other options. It is very easy and intuitive to use. QR code, you can issue someone a QR code, present the QR code as it shows there with the phone. If it's valid, it will then grant you access. So you've got the QR code option, great for visitors or people that are prone to losing their card or don't want to use their face. You can select password. So I can have a password 123455, for instance, and that would let me in. And I'll run through that shortly. Call, so you can call a room number or you can call the center. So this is where the intercom function comes in, and it needs to be deployed as an intercom. Or you can scroll through the contacts, which we don't have any currently, but we will add a contact now. To access the menu, there are a couple of different ways to do it. My easiest way to do it is make sure your face is out of view and just press and hold in this top right hand corner here, and it'll come to the enter password. If I click forget password, I can use that reserved email function. So 1234, 1234, click OK. So, very simple interface. We have the network option, so wired or Wi-Fi, and they can be changed or set in there. User management is where we add, edit, delete users. And like I said, this can all be done via the touchscreen interface. We have the preference. So we have theme 2, but I can choose, if I select on that, you can go back to the theme 1 if you prefer. And customize content. You can choose an advertisement or welcome words, and then you can select template, different templates there, and I guess these will improve. Select the template. I quite like that one, to be honest. And then you can edit the content, edit the title, and then just put welcome to DVS. Hopefully you can still see that. Click on OK. And I can put a subtitle in there and then tap edit box to finish. So we've selected a new sort of theme there, and again it really is sort of customizable, and again you can change that at any time. What you can also do is under customized content, you could, if you go back to advertisement, you can put the live view of the camera as well, which I'll show you shortly. If I go back to the main screen, so that's the customized content there. So welcome to DVS. You can put another line underneath there, like it could say present, whatever. It could be whatever you want. But it's really cool how this can be uniquely adjusted to suit your needs. So we'll go back into the menu again, hold up the top right hand corner, enter the password, preferences, advertisement, go to live view. Oh, sorry guys, that's what it looks like, and you can only choose that. Sorry, that live view shows you the interface. Sorry, I should have fitted the thing underneath it. But again, you can change the theme. If I go to face recognition area, and that's what the face recognition area looks like. Hello, and you can see that would just be the live view of the camera, and then it would say please put your face to the camera. But again, it really is up to you which one you prefer to use. Back into the menu. I quite like the DVS one. I knew I typed it wrong, guys. Preferences. Theme 2. Welcome words. Template free. Edit content. Yeah. Enter subtitle. Please take care. I don't know. It could be anything really, couldn't it? Save that, save that. Right, next one, we'll come back to user management. Your local configuration. So the shortcut key, you've got call in menu, call specified room, or call center. So you can call the menu, which is either call specified room or call center, or you can limit to call a specified room, which could be the control room, the reception area, a specific person that will always answer, or you can call the center, which is, say, our Hike Central, and then any users that are assigned to be able to take that call and then open the door. This unit comes with a relay interface, so it can absolutely open a gate or a door that's linked to it. We'll leave it as call-in menu. Again, community number. This is based on the intercom setup. You give it community number, building number, unit number, floor number, and then unit number here. This is all to do with how the intercom system is built up. By default, we'll leave it as it is because there's a single unit. But again, the more you build the system, these parameters would change. Auto screen brightness, you can change it on or off. You can actually adjust the brightness of the screen. If I wanted it, say, at 90, and then the screen goes up at brightness. Keypad sound is enabled, but I can turn it off. Channel mode.
Door is open.
So the door basically just opens by default. Not really a setting that you'd want on there. But it is able to do that. Restore the default, restore the factory, and then just a reboot option there. So it's a very simple setup currently within the menu. The channel mode, I can't see many people using that. And then in about, it just tells you the licenses, current firmware version, etc. It is the current firmware as we speak. So to add a user, go to user management. It's very simple to do. Add, click on the add. Room number 1. Card management. We're going to input or present card. So I'm going to get my card out. It should be, I have a card here, guys. So we're going to input card number or present. That's my card number. Click OK. So I now have a card registered. It's got a built-in MyFair card reader. And I can add multiple cards to this. Face picture not configured. So look at the camera. So I'm going to look at the camera. Right, configured. Click save. Not my best mugshot, but it'll do. Face picture configured, user permission, normal user or admin. If I'm in admin mode, I can actually use my face rather than the password to get into the system, but I'll use it as normal user. Once we're happy with that, click save, add the user, OK. And again, you can go in and reconfigure this. So delete user permission, face picture, room number, card, and then I can add another one. So input card number, so I could type a physical card number in there. Go back, and go back. Go back to user, and then we're going to exit out this interface. So back to the default screen there. So I can actually use my card in the built-in card reader.
Door is open.
I pressed the QR code with my finger then, that's why that went. So that is how the card works. I just simply hold it over the middle of the screen where the card was, and the door opens. I can use a password. I can use, so if I go to password, so enter password. So this is for the indoor station. So when you have an indoor station linked to this, so if my indoor station password I'd set on the individual indoor station was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, click on OK, and then that would open the door. But I don't have a password, I don't have an indoor station linked to it, therefore I can't use that function. Call, so I can go either call room number 1,
Calling failed.
call the center, which would call the software. Again, it's not linked to anything. Or contacts, and I have contact number 1 here, but I can't call that contact, unfortunately. I could put a name in there. I don't have to have it as room 1. I could put my name in there, like Mr. David Davis. So instead of the number, apologies, that's very annoying, I know. So room number 1 there. That's it really. That's as simple as this interface gets. Oh, stop it. I'll add this unit now to IMS 4200 and we'll web browse into it, because that's how you can issue the QR codes. Yes, thank you, unit. That's how you can issue the QR codes, etc. So that really is all I want to show you from the touchscreen perspective, but it is very easy to use. Face rec, intercom, door station. I'll now transfer you over to the PC, so stay tuned, guys. Okay, so the device is over there. It's connected to our wireless network, so is my laptop. So again, preferably you'd connect it to your wired network, but again, real life application. So we've used Microsoft Edge and I put it into Microsoft Explorer mode. I find things work a lot simpler that way. But you've got live view interface, user interface, device management. And again, when you're using a intercom system, this is how you can add, import, export, time and upgrade, upload, update packages. This is all to do with how we set up an intercom system. Now, I'm not going to go and set up a whole intercom system behind this. It's more to highlight what this product can do. I probably will put a complete... We've got an intercom system here at DVS. I'll probably add this in as a device to that network and then show you on a separate later video. But this is how you actually add all of your devices and build up an intercom system through the web interface. So if I click add, you can select indoor station or sub door station, add all of the details there, and then that will add it in and basically build up your system via this web interface. It's a super simple web interface that allows you to do a lot of the configuration. A lot of this configuration you can't do locally on that device. So if you want to build a full intercom system, you'd use the IMS 4200, the web interface as we're doing here, or even Hike Central. You wouldn't do it all through that device interface there. Okay, the next interface is the configuration. So again, this is the model number here. So if I take this model number here, copy that, paste it, yeah. I'll just show you the spec sheet while we're here, why not, eh? So this is the unit we're using here, so facial door station. If I click on the data sheet, a lot more information here. So the microphones, cameras, ambient light sensors, microphone IR supplement, all of the different layouts here, like we've shown, the box configuration. There is a mounting plate as well. I don't have the mounting plate. It's a single mounting plate. So if you don't want to use the gang box, there is a mounting plate. This is a sample unit. It didn't come with that mounting plate, sadly. But again, you can. It does come with this single mounting plate, so you can hook it straight onto a wall rather than flush mount it. Some people will do that over flush mount it, but both options are available. And again, just running through it tells you tips on collecting stuff and some super handy stuff. Other stuff it's an Android, some embedded processor, Android 7.1, 10.1 inch touchscreen, colorful IPS, that's the resolution. Some stuff you're not really that bothered about. 2x2 megapixel cameras. It's really important to have 2 cameras for the live face detection, like we've already discussed. Microphones, loudspeakers, blah, 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 blah. So user capacity is 2,000, 1,000, 100,000 cards, 10,000. So 20,000 users, 100,000 cards, and 10,000 faces. Linked indoor station capacity is 500. So that's quite a big intercom system, 500. And then sub-door capacity is 16. So you can have one master and 16 of these units as slaves that all talk as one complete system. And there we have it. 2 exit buttons, tamper, one for the lock, one for the control relay. This unit supports the secure relay. So if you are using it in a more secured environment, which we would suggest that you look at this relay control, that's controlled by RS-45, sits on the secure side. So if somebody does remove this unit, they can't just short the unit together, or the request to exit to gain access, or the lock, etc., to gain access to the property. So we highly suggest the use of that secure relay where possible. And there's some other information about the unit. So it's an IP65, as we said, and it's an IK7 rating. IK10 is what most people would say is true vandal resistance, but IK7 is still a high level of vandal resistant property. 12 volt 2 amp power supply comes with the box, and there's the measurements of the units should you need it. So nice and simple. And we don't have a picture of the available modules either, but if I look here, I probably can find it. I'll look at this one. It's probably the same, yeah. The module, it doesn't even show you the module. It's on order, but it's a fingerprint module. Quite cool. Okay, so we'll go back to the configuration here. So that's the current firmware version. Time settings, I've already set the time, so that's now correct. I synced it when I added it to IMS 4200, but I can use NTP, manual, sync it with computer, etc. All of the basic information of what is being used currently. Maintenance, you've got reboot, default, restore, upgrade the firmware, etc. But again, no firmware to currently update you with. It is really important that when firmware is available that you do incorporate that into your either installation, check there's new firmware and update it, of course, or your service, fault call outs, etc. You should always look for new firmware and update it. Lots of reasons why it improves usability functions, stability, fixes any previous bugs if there is any found, and also hardens the security. If any issues are found or they add extra security into the product, then that is added in via the firmware update. Security information, again, pretty simple. Certificate management. I'm not going to go through all of these. It's pretty standard Hikvision functionality. User management. Arm and disarming information. It's armed by my IMS 4200 currently. Network, and again, you can have your... I'm not using a wired in this instance, but that's how you would set it. If you were using wired, you've got the advanced, so FTP, HTTP listening, capture network packets, video and audio. So I'm going to put the camera to 1080p and click save. Again, a lot of these settings you can't do through that touchscreen interface, as powerful as it is, but you can't change it to H.265 either. Then you've got the audio, so input, output volumes, image, so you can adjust the parameters. So you've got WDR function there if you need it. Not everyone needs it, but you can. And then image fusion, you've got automatic or disable. I'm not massively fussed on that image fusion. Basic event, you've got motion detection and event linkage. For those of you that are wondering why the live view isn't working, it's because I need to delete the web component and install the new web component to get the live view to work. That's why, but it works in 4200, so I'll show you that. General, so you've got card security, enable card encryption parameters is off by default. Intercom, all of the standard intercom settings. So this is where you set all of your functionality. Anything more advanced than what is on the touchscreen, or you can just do all for the web. Session settings. The registration password, you need to put something in there, and all of the units subsequently within the same ecosystem need to support the same registration password. That's a level of security to stop people adding products in without that registration password. So public password settings, I can actually put a password in there and say password is 112233, and now I can have it unlock door 1, door 2, or door 2, whichever. And then remarks, I can put please enter. So when they type this public passcode in, I can choose which lock goes or both, and then the custom message goes along with it. Again, you can't set that through the local menu. It has to be set through here. So that password one, I'll show you that shortly in a minute. Call settings, the max generation, ringback tone, call priority, and then again you've got the different priorities, priority 2 and 3, and set them according to your application, and your number settings for SIP. So you can add SIP information into there, so it does support SIP. Access control, you've got door parameters, open duration for the 2 doors, so or door, specifically door 1 on this one. So you put it to 5 seconds, that's the default really. Open a gate or door for 5 seconds, enough time. You can make it 15 seconds, whatever you need. Elevator control and RS-45 control. And you've got card reader or elevator control. Smart, so you've got the facial recognition parameters, so face spoofing is on. I highly suggest you leave that on. That's where you use like the 2 cameras for live face detection, and you can adjust these based on your installation requirements. It's outdoor, so I'd select other and click save. Very straightforward, and adjust them as needed. And you can select eco mode and then force to enable night mode, so it's in black and white mode with infrared should it be a low threshold. Area configuration, again just configuring the area, and then theme. We can actually add, so I'll actually do this now, where on the front of the unit we added a customized message through the front end, I can actually, through the web browser, add my own customized content. So I can add a theme, so theme name DVS, a video or a picture, that's cool. I'm going to add a picture because it's much easier to add. Up to 5 pictures, so I'm going to add a picture here, there's a DVS one somewhere. That one. Yeah, let's do that one. Add it, click upload. That's uploaded. You can add up to 5 images on there, and you can do the slide interval, so they'll cycle through those images. So it's great for customized content. You can only do this through the web browser. You cannot do that through the local interface on there. So this is another reason. Then you can put the play schedule. So select the theme first and then set the playing time. We're going to have it 24/7 effectively. But you can choose when that content is played. And then enable show custom content, so I can put the word on there. So welcome to DVS. And that word will always be on the screen. You don't have to put that customized wording on there, but again, it's up to you how you use that. So that's a really quick overview of the web interface. So it's really powerful, actually. It gives you the ability to upload the custom content, change a whole load, add all the, basically configure a whole intercom system through it. Or we can use the IMS 4200. So if I go back to my 4200, I've added the device here. And the main view, if I show the image, that's the camera image. And you can also unlock the doors. So, super simple to use. What I will do, let me just check the arming control. Okay, it's armed. It's that one there. Now, because I've added it to the IMS 4200, I can actually get it to call the center. So let me just check. And Intercom. Yeah. Main station IP address. Password, calls are entering back, call priority, number settings. I think. .54 it was that. So I put the IP address of my IMS 4200 in there. Put the parcel I want. Now, when I call the center, it should call the IMS 4200 software. So I'll leave that open. I'll just go and press that button quickly over there, and it should call the center. Here we go. Hello. I don't know if you just saw that, but it actually came up on the opposite side of the screen because I'm doing a screen recording and it's on Wi-Fi. So I'll just do it again quickly and let it come up on the screen. So give me 2 seconds. Okay, I managed to get it back over to the screen now, so I can answer that. Hello? And I can open the door if I need. And then I can hang up. There you go. So that's the simple operation of calling the centre, accepting the call, opening the door based on that need. So it's a super simple setup. Really happy with that. All I'm going to do now is transfer you back over to the camera so I can then run through, or just so you can quickly see how you can, how you can actually see the customized content that we just uploaded. The other good thing you can do this, if you want to use the QR code, use an IMS 4200 under person. I've added a person already, so let me just show you on here. Edit. When you add a person, when you upload it to this unit under QR code, effectively. Oh, I lie. It's actually not under there at all. See where you've got the QR code here? So when I've added a card, if I select QR code, I can download this. So I can take a picture of that on my phone. I can take a picture of that on my phone and save it, or I can download it, save it as an image, and then email it to a customer. So I can set up a user based on that. So I can add a user under card, type a card number in, and then download that QR code and send it to them. I can put time restrictions against that card. So using IMS 4200, if I add a user, same with Hike Central, if I add a user that way to the Intercom system, then I can actually use the QR code functionality. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense. I'll transfer you over back to the camera. Okay, so you can see we're back at the unit now. You can see this lovely DVS graphic that we've uploaded. Of course, you'd upload your own. The great thing with the customized content is you can have up to 5 of these images, and you can set the slide interval. So it could be every 10 seconds that would change. So it gives real value. So it could be representing the companies that are on the estate that you're using this on. It could be discounts. It could be just general information, health and safety, adverts, new employees. It could be anything that you want to really highlight to your users that come and interact on this site. So the customized content here, you can see the welcome to DVS is the visible up here. That's the customized content line that we added earlier. Time and date are now correct. Again, using the QR code, if I used IMS 4200 or Hike Central, I can now use the QR code function. If I use the password, you remember I set a password using the IMS 40 or using the web browser, of the unit. I set a password. So to use it is #112233. Okay. And that's a public password you could give out, or the individual indoor station passwords that you set on each individual indoor station that's linked to this as an intercom system, and the user has complete control over that. Call, like I said, that's still there. If I press the call button, that would call the center. And then you've got the contacts, like I said there, and you can call them directly from there. So it's really as simple as that. If I do open it using my face, door is open. There you go, job done. Because I'm using an advertisement, it just says please face the camera. It doesn't change now to the face, but again, much simpler conversation if your customers don't overtly like the face rec use or promote it. You can use it in advertisement mode and it'll just work when you walk up to the door. Door is open. It just opens. Like I said, one lock output on the back. There is a second lock output, which again we'll discuss on a later thing. I think it's reserved currently, and they're looking to add it for the control of the, through that secure box that we mentioned earlier. But again, what a fantastic unit, built-in reader, and all of the stuff we showed you on the specification. I hope I captured everything. It is a brand new unit. Apologies if I rushed anything, and we will look to do a deeper video on and using this as a deployed intercom very, very shortly. But this is the best thing I've seen in months, and I'm super excited to get this to you guys, and you can really see what value that can add to your customer base. That's all from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave any comments below. We'll see you next week for another how-to video. Other than that, take care, guys.